Hey everyone, this is P4L, and this is the final review for the Spirits of the DEC IF EX Merak, their version of Tesserus. This is the final member of the DJD crew from Iron Factory, so I'm excited about this. So this is going to be kind of a two-part review. I'll be doing this main figure for Merak or Tesserus. I'm just going to Tesserus. And then I'll do a separate review, maybe that'll go up live tomorrow for the combined mode, showing off everything there. So, packaging, pretty standard. It is quite big. He is quite a large figure overall. He should be giving that he's the largest of the crew. But the packaging, you have the nice window here, some product images on all these sides, including the top, some warnings and stuff on the bottom, and then the product imagery on the back. Pretty plain, but gets the job done. His packaging also includes a interior clamshell, and he doesn't come with a ton of accessories. He does have his instructions. Sorry, I realized I left that out. They are pretty good. He is pretty simple, just like most of their other figures, especially their Helix or Helix. But we'll put that off to the side. There are a couple steps that they did seem to forget, which had me scratching my head for a minute. But here he is out of the packaging. And he only comes with 2 extra sets of hands, so he has 3 total. Alright, so here he is. Let me scooch down a bit. So yeah, Tesserus here is the largest of the group. He does come with these, he comes installed with the balled up fists, which are great. Then he has the open ones for some weaponry. And then he has the splayed ones. All quite nice. Looking at him real quick in 360, he does look very, very accurate to the artwork from IDW. They even have the details like these pink circles on the inside, which is a small detail which you may not be able to see, but there are some pink details like these on the inside, which is part of the original Milne artwork, which I'll show off. Other thing that I want to mention is that his head sculpt is really kind of cool because he has his mask, but it's a translucent red face mask, which looks a little weird because if you can look in there, it has to peg in, right? So it has like these 2 pegs that go into his face, and they kind of look like eyes. So it kind of looks like he has bug eyes. So kind of weird, but interesting nonetheless that they did that. He doesn't have any working details on the inside. It's just all molded, so no real playability there. No like grinding gears or anything like that. As far as articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so it can go around. Be careful with these pieces. They are pretty sturdy, but, you know, translucent plastic and moving around the head, you could potentially damage them. He does have his little claws that come out on a hinge. Also has a ball joint here and a separate hinge there. And the claws have 1 point of articulation on each of the fingers. So you can always open up and... Let's see if I can... Do I even have anyone? I don't want to mess with his teammate. So here we go. We'll just take this Legends Warpath that I have and, you know, kind of throw him into... He can't fit, but you get the idea. Another small figure might be able to get inside here. But yeah, these can reside on the back while not in use, as per the original design. He does have a friction joint, very tight going out. He is somewhat limited on his shoulder, lateral shoulder, mostly because of these pieces. These pieces can actually come off. If you didn't want to have these, you can actually unpeg these from the back, and you will need to do that for the combined mode anyway. He does have a bicep swivel, which is off-center, also for transformation, but he does have that. He has an elbow bend, which is 90 degrees. He has a secondary joint in here, which is meant for transformation, but you can actually make use of that to get, you know, even theoretically even more than 180 degrees, right? But That does break up the look a little bit, but you can make use of that, so it's there if you need it. His pegged wrist obviously allows him to go around 360, and as you would expect, you can plug in any of these quite easily in there. We're going to keep the balled up fist one for now. His waist is a surprise. Not only does he have a swivel, but he also has ratcheted, at least to a certain degree, ratcheted ab crunch. Once you get past this, you can see the fake ratchets there. You kind of lose that ratcheting aspect, but it is still kind of there. These hip skirts are on ball joints that can kind of get out the way for his legs to move up, which are also softly like detented, not true ratchets, but kind of detented. And then same thing on the outside, you can see he can go out. It is somewhat limited by his hip skirt, which is the side skirt here. So it would have been nice if you can get a little bit wider than that. But I don't think a big guy like this would really be doing the splits anyway. So I think we're good here. Thigh swivel. Knee bend. And then he has a hinge at the foot, or I guess the ankle, or whatever you want to call it. He has a ball joint in the toe itself, and then another hinge at the toe here. So quite a bit of range in the foot. He also has this combiner port, which you can act as kind of additional heel something. I don't know why you would really need that, because he has a big chunky foot, but there you go. All right, let's do a quick comparison with his buddies. That looks quite awesome to be able to have these guys finally all together in all their DJD DEC glory. And we will show them all together again in another review where I show them all combined into like the big combined tarn. So for now, let's get him out of the way. And you can see he's just a little bit taller than Helix. So he is kind of an old school deluxe. Just because I don't have anything else readily available for me to compare him with, you can see how big he is compared next to MP44. But yeah, my apologies. I don't really have anything else. Oh, the only other Legend stuff I have is I think these are oversized MFT like KOs of, I forget which one was it. Was it DX9 Dinobots? And you can see how big they scale. Alrighty, that's really it for robot mode. Let's go ahead and get into transformation. Transformation is pretty basic. We're gonna first go into alt mode. Then we'll go into combine mode, and then we'll just go directly back into robot. We're gonna go ahead and skip the alt mode on the way back. Okay. So first things first, we'll deal with the lower leg. We're gonna bring this down and around like this. It's going to be the treads. Same thing on this side, like so. This is one step they forget to show you in the instructions. You actually have to collapse these kneecaps down. I didn't mention it, but I guess these kneecap things do fiddle about, so if you want to do that. And then you want to rotate at the thigh 180 degrees. So, much like Helix, a lot of his transformation is him just kind of lying down. You want to pull on these pieces, and then there's two additional, I guess, holes you can go into, or tabs. You want to go into the lower one for this alt mode, like so. Alright, for the arm, you want to rotate 180 degrees, and you see this tab here. They'll go into this section, tab that in, and then flip up with that, like I said, the secondary elbow. You can do whatever you want with this. I'm just going to leave it as is. Same thing on this side. Bring this up. All right. With the shoulders, you want to pull out on the second, I guess, the folded up portions of the treads. You can see this will come down like this. This part will open. And then you basically just maneuver this down. And this will tab in up here. And these just really kind of straighten out. like so. And then you just push the hands down. See, if you didn't move the kneecaps, which again they didn't show, this would interfere and then you would be splayed out. I was like, something's wrong here. So I did a little bit of investigating, a little bit of detective work to figure that out. I'm a transformation genius. Same thing on the other side here. Just pull this out, maneuver this down, and then push that in. So really not the most flattering. You can move the fist around like this if you want to hide them just a little bit more from the side. Alright, for the arm claw thingies, just bring them up and around as you would expect. And then for the head, you just want to bring this entire canopy piece, this kind of missile thing, up. And you want to fold this. This is on kind of an hexagon or octagon joint. You just want to make sure you pull that around. I would be careful. Don't pull too much on this. You can see this flexing here. This one lower part is the only really soft, like not worrisome, but the only place I would be careful just in case. And you just situate that like so. And here he is in his alt mode. Very basic, nothing crazy going on here. There's no treads or anything, so really there's not. Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing I forgot. So you have to pull this out, these out. These are extra treads, which really serve no purpose because you don't see them at all. Oh, and here are the details I was talking about, these pink details. You just want to rotate them so that these holes are shown, and then you fold this up. So like I said, this is a really kind of pointless transformation, but I guess it's nice that they did it. So now you don't see the holes in here. But yeah, this is him. Okay, so this is him in his alt mode. But aside from him kind of laying down and the arms coming out of the way, even the tread gets broken up because you can't put that in here. I thought there'd be a way to like close this back up or move this out of the way. Nope, the tread just kind of... But it's a Legends class figure, so you gotta give them a little bit of credit. And again, it's a triple changer / combiner. Unfortunately, I don't have my streak anymore. I'll have to find another replacement or bring out my other streak. But here he is with an MP10 mold. He is quite long and quite wide. Sorry for the terrible comparison, though. I'll try to be better in the future. Alright, so let's go ahead and get him into combine mode. So I'm just basically just going to break him apart. The first thing we'll do is get rid of the arms. There we go. And then this portion here, you want to get these off. I'm going to pull this back. I'm going to open the entire chest, split it in half lengthwise. And then you slide this out. You can't just pull it out. It's on kind of a slider. Out like so. Alright, so since we already have him like this, let's just keep going here. Let's bring his thighs back around to the front. Untab these locks, and you want to push them into the upper tab. Like so. These pieces are going to come up, and this is going to fold forward. Toes are going to fold down like that, and then you bring the combiner ports down like so. These pieces will come around, and which way do they face? I think they face like this. I don't think it really matters. You can angle them however you'd like. I think maybe it's like this. It doesn't matter. Frankly, it really just doesn't. Just get them low enough because then you're going to bring these back in. So this was the right side. You basically just flip it upside down. Peg this back in upside down. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let me just quick check on that one portion, because I do want to make sure I get it right. It's, again, not a huge deal, but alright, it looks like the way it's supposed to be is I have them 180 degrees. So you're not supposed to have these pink details out, you're supposed to have the screws out, which, why would you want that? But whatever. Okay. So here we go. Now we'll deal with the head just because we have them. You essentially just want to rotate on this piece, the panel that holds the neck, and you're going to fold this in like that. Alright, the arm piece, you're going to basically transform it back into this mode. Hold this down. You want to lift this up and pull down the combiner port. Like so, that tabs in. Close this up, and this piece will rotate to the back. So this was his right arm. It's going to become his left shoulder. So it was here. Now it's going to go on this side. Same thing on this thing. Don't have to do much. Just got to untab here. Bring this up. Come on. And back around like so. Collapsing that in, folding that down. Flip up this panel real quick to get the combiner port out. Tab that in to secure it. Fold that backwards. And now his left hand or arm becomes his right shoulder. So these are all the combiner parts and the respective modes. I think it's kind of weird that these things kind of just hang out, but I guess we'll see what they look like in combine mode. Alright, so we'll go back into robot mode to finish off the review. And then, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for another review with all these combined finally. So flip these down like so to get the foot in the correct orientation. You're going to open up these latches, pull it all the way down, and it will latch in just under the knee. These claw pieces, grabbers, kind of like graboids. They kind of do look like robotic graboids. If you guys like Tremors, I love Tremors. Not all the subsequent sequels, which are awful. So go ahead and rotate this around like so. Remember, you want to have the pink details facing his chest. Let's go ahead and peg these back. Oh, sorry, we got to get these tails up. Let's peg these back in. So this one go to this side. Wait, once it closes up, it will be, yeah, it'll be like this. There we go. Oh, I guess I should put the head in. Again, this part is pretty easy. You just need to pull out the head. There we go. Rotate this panel. And that's it. So with this hook piece, just slide it into one side. Close up the other side. This circular piece actually reminds me of that that watch, Optimus, that has come out, and they just showed the Nemesis one. I forget what, I don't even know. It was like a Casio or something like that. It's probably not a Casio. I don't even know if Casio still makes watches, but you know what I mean. It's just a watch with for a watch for the center of Optimus's chest. I just always thought that was goofy. Like, I don't know why people would want that, but apparently people want to spend a lot of money on an Optimus watch and stand. The right shoulder, once again, will become the left arm. Flip this up and down. Flip this down like so. Get the arm connected this way, untabbed here, and rotated. And rotate that. Plug this back into the right arm. Repeat on this side. Close this up. Rotate that around. Get the fist around. This will come down and tabbed in like so. And this piece will just fold down on the back like that. So you want to have it at an angle. I forgot you have to extend these kneecap pieces up as well to finish off the transformation. So with that, we have Tesserus back in robot mode. So yeah, for a Legends figure, he's quite big. He is quite hefty. He does have pretty good posability for somebody of this size, again, with these extra joints and stuff like that. I do love the paint details, like always. They always have this nice pink detail. I think this pink is a little bit different than the other pinks, which is kind of odd. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I'd probably have to look at the photo again. But he does look really nice with his crew. It's really nice to finally have this entire group out. And when you see them combined, you'll either love it or you'll hate it. But as far as accuracy, the alt mode is not as accurate, but his robot mode looks really fantastic. And I think most people are going to be keeping it either in this mode or the combined mode. I'm keeping mine in the separate modes, but just because the combined mode isn't canon. And they just look really nice this way. But wait for the review for tomorrow. I'll go ahead and post that combination review very shortly. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below as usual. If you like the review, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Let me know who is your favorite from the spirits of the DECs, aka the DJD. Was it this guy? Was it Alcade? Was it Helix? Was it Tarn? Or Kaon? Who was it? For me, I'm going to have to say that this guy's the most fun, just because he looks really cool. He has kind of these interactive parts. I think you can create a lot more scenes with him, with these things. They just look really menacing. And again, I'm a Tremors fan, so robotic graboids for the win. Alright, that's it for today, everyone. Hope you have a good one.